Buckle up, guys. We got some major chaos coming here, and it's not going to be pretty. This is going to cause major concerns, major inflation coming forward for a lot of different industries across the board. Take a look at this. Okay, so the next latest strike here happening, it's literally the year of the strike here, right? Kaiser Permanente healthcare systems workers now prep for possibility of the largest healthcare strike in U.S. history. This is going to be almost 100,000 healthcare workers. This is going to raise the prices of healthcare across the board, and this will probably raise healthcare not just for Kaiser Permanente, if you don't go there, because this could raise healthcare prices across the board as if healthcare is not expensive enough. Take a look here. Yeah, the coalition of Kaiser Permanente Union, which represents over 85,000 healthcare workers. That's not quite as many as the UAW, United Auto Workers, but it's close. It's close. In 7 states and the District of Columbia, said Sunday it did not reach an agreement with the organization ahead of the contract's expiration, setting the stage for the possibility of the largest health care strike in the U.S. history late this week. And if you've been watching all these strikes, this is a domino effect. We're seeing industry after industry after industry do this because they're seeing all these other industries get their raise. UPS gets their raise. United Auto Workers gets their raise. They've turned down 21% raises. They want 46% raises. They want to go to a 4-day work week. They want pensions. The airline pilots got 46% raises. The stewardess, they wanted a massive raise. I haven't followed up on, to see what happened with that. But you're seeing all these industries want these massive 46% raises and all these additional benefits. And the CVS pharmacies, same thing. And you're seeing all these industries do this, and it's raising the prices of everything. And now healthcare. And you're gonna see the same thing here happen. Kaiser Permanente, almost 100,000 workers, and then when Kaiser Permanente gets their raise, all the other healthcare companies will do the same thing when their contract expires, and rinse and repeat. And what this does is it raises the cost across the board for healthcare, for airline tickets, for cars, for trucks, for SUVs, for you name it, it's going up. We just seen banks raising. I think it was Bank of America. We covered this in a previous video where they're raising their minimum hourly wage to $25 an hour, and they're actually doing that on their own even without a worker strike because they're having to compete with other banks. Okay. And again, we're just seeing this across the board, and what this means is that costs are going up. Oh, the other one we just covered here was 3 different casinos having strikes as well, and it's casinos and hotels and stuff like that too. And again, this means when you go to the casino, and casinos is not really a great example because, I don't think the cost of the actual slot machines or anything is going to go up. But you're going to see the cost of the food and the drinks and the dinners there, the hotels there, all that stuff's going to go up. The parking's going to go up, et cetera, et cetera. So take a look at this. Yeah, so workers at the Kaiser Permanente contracts were set to expire at 11:59 on Saturday. The coalition said it remains far apart from nonprofit Kaiser Permanente on important issues like across-the-board pay increases, retiree medical plans, and protections against subcontracting and outsourcing. Kaiser continues to bargain in bad faith over these issues, and so far there is no light at the end of the tunnel, they said in a statement. In a statement to The Hill, the coalition said healthcare workers are ready to sit down with Kaiser Permanente executives and when they are ready to bargain in good faith. Wow. So they submitted a 10-day notice back on September 22nd, and basically that 10-day notice is now coming to an end. Wow, more than 75,000 healthcare workers across California, Oregon, Washington, Colorado, Virginia, Washington, D.C. are expected to be involved in the strikes, which would make it the largest healthcare worker strike in U.S. history. Now, this is where it gets a little bit confusing. Kaiser Permanente is the largest, what they call non-profit healthcare provider in the U.S. It reports profits topping $3 billion just in the first half of 2023. So this means that they're making over $6 billion in profits per year, maybe even $7 billion, because it's over that just in the first half. But they call themselves a non-profit. And again, that's where it gets confused. They're a nonprofit that makes over $6 billion in profit a year. I know. We'll figure that one out. Nonetheless, what this means is that healthcare costs are going to be absolutely going up. Healthcare costs are absolutely insane. Two of the most things that are just getting blown out of proportion completely. If you look at two of the things that have just soared enormously, insanely in the U.S. over this century, healthcare costs and the cost of college. Absolutely just unaffordable for the average everyday American if you have to pay for this stuff. In fact, you can take a look here right now. Yeah, just started. Student loan bills resumed for over 40 million Americans. How it could shake the economy. In fact, the average student loan payment is over $5,000 a year for over 40 million Americans. The economy will struggle in the fourth quarter in a meaningful part due to the end of the student loan payment moratorium, said Mark Zandi, chief economist at Moody Analytics. Yikes, over 40 million Americans. And yeah, take a look at how much college can cost. The average cost of attendance alone, anywhere from 28,000. This is based on last year's data, by the way. It's already at the end of 2023, so we know it's more this year, and it's going to be even more in 2024, which we're almost in 2024. 28,000 to 45,000 to $57,000, and this is before interest. We know interest rates are at 22-year highs, and we also know that it takes people decades and decades and decades to pay off their student loans for most people, because the interest eats away at these for years and years and years and years. So this $50,000 ends up turning into $100,000 because it sits there for years and years and years and years for people paying off. And if you want to try to make really good money and become something like a dentist, your 4 years alone of dental school that you have to go to after you get a college degree, say, can cost $210,000 to $350,000 after you go to regular college. Or say you want to be a doctor and get a nice job. After you go to regular college and pay your 50-some thousand in college and interest on top of all that, then you go to medical school. 4 years only of medical school is going to cost you $250,000 to $350,000. And by the way, this was only based on 2020 data. So you know it's even more money now. And then don't forget to factor in 22-year high interest rates. And then also don't forget to factor in that you're likely going to be paying on these student loans for the next 10, 20 years, 5 years, who knows how many years, but you're going to be paying a lot of money in interest. And now you see the problem that America has to deal with. Tens of millions of people. And if you don't go get a college degree, then you're just immediately excluded from those type of jobs or those type of businesses. And then you're just up a whole different type of shit creek without a paddle. Yeah, so this is the problem that literally America, millions of people are dealing with. Go to college, get a good degree, and deal with $100,000 in student debt when you account for the interest and years of interest payments, or don't and deal with that whole other thing. Being an entrepreneur, trust me, I have dealt with this, has its own issues. You don't get a paycheck every week. You have to literally create a business from the ground up. And that is literally like it's if you've ever watched Rocky, it's Eye of the Tiger, and you're constantly fighting a battle. Wrestling is literally the best thing you could ever do as a entrepreneur. Of course, you had to do it in high school and college and stuff like that because it's literally like a battle all the time. Um, yeah, and it's just these are the tough things that average everyday Americans are dealing with all the time. And there's no right or wrong way to do this. It's a battle. And you guys can let me know your thoughts here in the comments. And honestly, it's just high oil prices are battling against us. High interest rates are battling against us. It's a dog eat dog world out there. And I think that we're caught in this cycle right now that is going to take us a while to even for things to even get better. High interest rates are going to take a long time to come back down. And the college problem is not going away. Um, yeah. Uh, Coincidentally enough, there's schools like Harvard and Stanford and stuff like that. They have so much money in their endowment funds, like literally billions of dollars. You can actually go there for free if your family makes like under six figures and your grades are good. Now, of course, you have to have like a 4.0 and you have to have really good grades. You have to be really smart. But there's a lot of colleges you can actually go to for free if you're smart enough. So there are really good opportunities if you can excel in life. So you can be anything you want to in life if you put your mind to it. So you don't have to be born as a college, or as a NFL player or as a, professional baseball athlete or anything like that. You can do anything you want to in life. So, I mean, look at me. I literally get to sit here and talk to millions of people. And I mean, my dad worked at a grocery store for 40 years, you know. Um, so literally remember you can do anything you want to in life. Just go out there and do it. So let me know your thoughts here in the comments. I'll keep you up to date here. If you haven't yet, subscribe down below. It's completely free to do so. And I'll keep you up to date here. No matter what, remember Eye of the Tiger, Rocky. I don't have my Rocky picture in the background, but if you watch me normally, I always have Rocky in the background because you can be anything you want to. Despite all these things, you have one life to live, and there's always things battling against you. So go out there and do it. Yeah, let me know your thoughts here in the comments. I'll keep you up to date. Click here to see the nationwide alerts that are going out here on October 4th, or click here to see my newest video next. Thanks for watching, guys. I'll see you in the next video.